Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show that covers all things marketing. The GSMC Marketing News Podcast gives you the latest marketing news, from what major businesses have planned for the coming year to the newest trends in advertising, from podcasts, digital and streaming, to the old standbys of radio, television, and billboards. Whether you're a marketing agent or a business trying to expand your brand, you've come to the right place. The GSMC Marketing News Podcast starts now.
Hello and welcome to the GSMC Marketing Podcast, brought to you by the GSMC Podcast Network. I'm your host, Mackenzie Jakewish, and today we're going to be talking about do-it-yourself marketing. We're going to take a look at all the things you need to know about doing marketing for your mom and pop shop, or maybe you are trying to start a business that will only exist on social media. So we are going to take a look at the do's and don'ts and how-tos of that world. Before we get into that, though, let's take a look at what is new in the marketing world. Pandora, which is a very upscale jewelry line, has appointed a new CMO to drive brand transformation. Carla New, who's a former VP of marketing for Bulgaria Jewelry, has been appointed the new CMO in order to make this change. Pandora CEO Alexandra Lakic says, as part of our turnaround program, we are significantly stepping up our marketing investments and have just relaunched our brand to improve relevance for our customers. Carla has a unique profile which combines mass market brand building with the ability to create aspirational and desirable worlds of luxury goods. She is a passionate and energetic leader, and I am very happy she will take this critical role in our leadership team. Carla Lanu has definitely a lot of experience working in the jewelry world, as her former experience with Bulgaria Jewelry, so I do not think she'll have any issue taking on the Pandora marketing. What I am interested to see is how they are planning on changing their marketing. Pandora has a very noticeable brand that we have all grown to love over the past couple of years, and so it will be interesting to see how they transform it for the next decade. Carla Lanu said, the company is now on an incredible, exciting transformation journey to drive brand relevance as the centerpiece of its turnaround, and I look forward to joining the team and contributing. Well, Carla, I definitely can't wait to see what you do with the Pandora brand, so I will definitely keep an eye on this story and the brand as the year goes on. Next in the news, DFS Furniture Store is celebrating their 30th anniversary with a brand new commercial to celebrate their 30th anniversary sale. They have brought on Wallace and Gromit for their winter sale campaign. The ad will not only feature our two favorite headlining characters of the show, Wallace and Gromit, it will also feature Helen Bonham Carter returning as one of your favorite characters from the show. This is big news because Helen Bonham Carter has become quite the sought-after actress in the media lately. She is on The Crown. She was in Ocean's 8, which was the all-female reboot of the Ocean movie, and she's a big deal, so it's a shocker to see her coming back for this commercial. However, I really appreciate that she is so true to the character she portrayed on Wallace and Gromit, that she is willing to always come back and play the same character rather than have someone new take on that role. So the ad will run from December 21st to February 21st, and it will be all focusing on their brand new sale. I will tweet out this article later today on the GSMC Twitter page so that all of you can take a look at the ad, because it is very funny and it is a great example of marketing and calling back to those nostalgic moments that we've talked about on other podcasts. The marketing director for DFS Furniture, Nick Ashworth, says that the campaign is part of an ongoing partnership with the celebrated animation studio Artiman, who owns Wallace and Gromit. Nick Ashworth shared this on the upcoming ad. As brands, we share similar values and have the same commitment to quality and craftsmanship. Wallace and Gromit are the perfect fit for our core target segments and allow us to show how we can bring comfort and quality to families this Christmas. So again, a very great example of marketing and combining brands to create a win-win scenario for sure for everyone involved. What do you think of the DFS marketing ad? Wallace and Gromit definitely don't have a lot to do with furniture or selling furniture, but they definitely are promoting this ad in a fun and new way, and I'm definitely for it. When I tweet it out, make sure you comment and let me know your thoughts on the ad. All right, next in the news is definitely something you've all heard about. It is Hallmark apologizing for pulling their same-sex ads. For those of you that don't know, Hallmark recently released all of their ads for their upcoming Christmas movies, a few of which featured the same-sex couple falling in love. They removed the ads after pressure from a conservative group called 1 Million Moms. However, pleasing one group did not please all groups in the world. They got huge backlash from the LGBTQ community and other foundations similar to that. People were quite upset. Ellen DeGeneres even tweeted out saying, "Isn't it almost 2020 at Hallmark Movie Channel? What are you thinking? Please explain. We're all ears." Hallmark's president and chief executive Mike Perry said, We are truly sorry for the hurt and disappointment this has caused." Hallmark has now reinstated the ads, and you can go check them out on the Hallmark channel. What do you think of this? It's definitely a controversial subject that has a lot of different layers involved. Let me know what you think of Hallmark's decision to first pull the ad and then put the ad back on, and what you think of Hallmark's holiday marketing altogether, because they're definitely, or have been for a long time, the main centerpiece of holiday marketing and something that we all turn to for advice or inspiration during the holidays. So it was definitely interesting to see this all unfold. Let me know in the review down below or connect with us through social media. All right, everyone, we're going to go ahead and take a short break from the podcast, but when we come back, we are going to be talking about do-it-yourself marketing. I'm going to walk you through some of the tips and tricks you can use for your social media marketing if you're just starting out, or maybe you're trying to plan a business that will only exist on social media. That is definitely something that is happening more and more in the marketing world. So you'll definitely want to know what to do and what not to do. So stay tuned for that. You are listening to the GSMC Marketing Podcast, brought to you by the GSMC Podcast Network. I'm your host, Mackenzie Jakewish. Thank you for joining me, and I'll be right back.
Golden State Media Concepts Technology Podcast covers everything tech. The hottest mobile phones, tablets, games. We review it, rate it, test it. Whether you're Microsoft or Apple, Android or iPhone, we'll give it to you again. Black and white. The Golden State Media Concepts Technology Podcast.
Brought to you by the GSMC Podcast Network. I'm your host, Mackenzie Jakewish, and before the break, we were talking about what is new in the marketing world. We talked about Hallmark reinstating their same-sex couple ads with an apology to anyone that was hurt by the controversy that happened over the past month. We also talked about Pandora appointing a new CMO to drive a brand transformation, and we talked about DFS enlisting Wallace & Gromit to sell their 30th anniversary sale. So if you have any questions or thoughts on what we talked about at the beginning of the podcast, feel free to let me know in the review down below or reach out through social media. I absolutely love hearing from you guys, and I love to hear what you think about what we talk about on the show. So let me know, and I will do my best to respond. All right, let's get right into the meat of today's episode, which is do-it-yourself marketing. What I really want to talk about today is, I know a lot of you listening to this podcast are maybe small business owners, or you're just interested in starting your own business, and you understand the importance of marketing. So you're looking to get a little bit of help without having to, invest in a marketing person coming onto your team because you're not sure if your company is ready for that, which is totally fair. And we'll talk about that later in the podcast, when to know when you should maybe start bringing somebody in to help with your marketing, because it is definitely a full-time job. But if you're first starting out, then you're kind of already doing all of the jobs. So why not add marketing to your list of duties? All right, so just to start off, what I really want to talk about are the things that you need to get done immediately. Like, do not wait until the new year. Or I don't know when your company is starting. I don't know your timeline. But what I'm saying is if you want to start actually being serious about social media marketing, these are the things you need to do today. So you're going to create accounts. And right now there are a lot of different social media accounts out there. So I want you to only focus on these 3: Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Now you might be saying, why Facebook? My kids tell me Facebook's dead. I read online that Facebook is dead. I never use Facebook. I've deleted Facebook. Why would I get an account for my business? Well, Facebook does a whole lot more than let you just stalk your exes online. In fact, it is actually the only way you can start creating ads on Instagram and on Facebook and start generating some leads for your company. So I know a lot of you have probably also seen an Instagram business profile versus an actual Instagram profile. And you definitely want your company to have an Instagram business profile. And again, the only way to do that is through the Facebook app. So definitely take a look at that and create a Facebook business page and a business manager page. Facebook is really, really great for helping you out with this, and they have tons of support chats that you can use, and it costs nothing to set up a business account. So definitely do that. Once you've made all of your accounts, there are a few things you can do to make those accounts stronger that you should do before you tell your friends to go follow you online, before you start promoting yourself as having a social media account. You want to do all of these things so that when people find your site, for when you start following other people, they're like, oh, this is a legit business. They actually have something to offer. It's not a bot that someone else created. This is a real thing. So the things that can make it a real thing would definitely be having a bio. Your bio should be super strong and describe who you are, and why you're doing it, and what you're doing. Your bio should cover the who, what, where, when, and why. Your location, your product, who you are, and why you started the company. It's a lot of information to put in a couple lines, so don't be afraid if you don't get it on your first try. Chances are you'll rewrite your bio every month for the next year, and then probably once a year after that. The bio is something that never stops changing because your company never stops changing, right? So find a good one to start out with that really just explains what your company does and why people should follow you. Later on, when your company really gets going, you can start adding links and ads and other fun promotions in your bio, but for right now, just try to keep it really, really simple and really to the point. Speaking of linking, you should add at least one link into your bio, and that should be linking to your website. If people are finding you on social media and you don't have your products for sale on social media yet, because you won't right away, I'll show you how to do that though, don't worry, then you're going to want a way for them to be like, oh, I really like this brand and I would like to know more. How can I check it out? So make sure in your bio you do at least include the link to your website. Now, before you tell anybody to go like a post, you need to have a post ready. And having one post makes your Instagram, your Facebook, or your Twitter look really, really weak and unprofessional. So you should always have, before you tell anyone to go find you, 6 posts ready to go on your feed. This way, when they go follow you, there's already a lot of content for them to engage with, and it showcases the type of content you will be pushing forward if they follow you. It's sort of like a trailer to your movie. No one's going to watch the movie if they don't get a sneak peek. So before you create the account, before you hit create, have those 6 posts ready so that you can hit create and post them immediately. Something else you're going to want to have pre-made are your hashtags. Now, hashtags are a critical part of Twitter and Instagram, not so much Facebook, but definitely Twitter and Instagram. So it's something that you always want to ensure that you have. And absolutely, they should be specialized to every post. But also, there are some generic ones you will be using in every post. So if you have those ready to go, you'll be able to post a little bit more effectively and a little bit more efficiently. And here's a bit of a pro tip for everyone. On Instagram, comment your hashtags on your own post. Don't include them in the caption. It looks really sloppy, whereas commenting them down below will give you a nice, clean, and finished look. Now that you have, your 6 posts ready to go, a strong bio, a profile image, I didn't say that, but please create a profile image. You have things linked and you have your hashtags pre-made. You can start telling people to follow you, and you can start asking other people to recommend that they follow you as well, and you can start creating a buzz around your social media using the network you have in your personal life. To create a buzz outside of that network, you should follow companies that do similar things that you're trying to do. I know that seems really, really crazy because you're like, why would I follow the competition? Well, it's because the competition isn't just starting out. Don't follow other mom and pop shops. Follow big, big brands that represent the same idea that you're trying to push, because then your feed will show up on people who follow them, or they'll be able to find you another way. And it'll help you create a bigger network and also give you some inspiration for what you should be posting. So now that you have all of that going for you, the next thing I want you to do, and you can do this as soon as you start creating your accounts, this isn't something you need to do before, but they do need to be very close together. You need to plan your content out 2 weeks in advance. This way you are never rushed to be like, oh my goodness, it is Christmas Day tomorrow and I don't have an Instagram post telling people happy holidays. What am I going to do? No, you planned your Christmas post way back at Thanksgiving. So you're good to go. You can relax over the holidays. So to start out, always plan your content 2 weeks in advance. I know that seems like a whole lot of work, but trust me, I used to plan my content 6 months in advance, and it definitely did make things a whole lot easier. Something to keep in mind, though, is that things are still going to come up that are spontaneous that you will have to handle. So always have your content planned 2 weeks in advance, but always leave a little bit of wiggle room if something major in the world happens. Like, say you sell oranges and then tomorrow you see Jimmy Kimmel on the Today Show. He doesn't host the Today Show, but you see him there anyways, and he's talking about how much he loves your brand of oranges. Then you need to be able to repost that. So definitely leave room for wiggle room. Leave room for some fun posts and for some spontaneous day of posts. So now I know that I've just given you a lot of homework to do, but don't worry, I'm not going to leave you hanging because I have some example posts for you to use. You could do a shot of your product. Hey, look at this new organic orange. It's actually red. Isn't that amazing? A red orange? Who would have thought of that? Who would have thought of that? Link in the bio if you want to buy one. Tip for those of you that don't know, you cannot include a link in your actual caption. So if you ever want to link to something, you need to say link in the bio. All right, you could do a meet the team. Even if the team is just you, people want to know the face behind the Instagram and the Facebook and the Twitter profile. So if you are the only team member, post a photo of yourself being like, meet Catherine. Catherine is the CEO of Red Oranges. Fun fact about Catherine, she actually really likes apples, or something fun like that. This way you're adding a personal touch to your Instagram profile, and people will feel more comfortable following you because they won't feel like you're just another business. You're a person who's trying to sell them something they actually want. You're a friend. You're a friend on the internet that they haven't met yet. That being said, if you are not the only team member, then maybe make Meet the Team a weekly occurrence and feature every one of your team members separately, or do one giant group post at the beginning of the week being like, meet the Red Oranges team. We're all here and we're dedicated to keeping you happy and healthy. A behind the scenes post. This one is a lot of fun and I definitely love seeing them. It's something that's a little bit more organic but could be faked in a certain way. I'm not saying we should ever lie on the internet, but also everyone lies on the internet, so just get used to this. People want to see where you're working from. If you have a home office, people love home offices. Share a photo of that. Share a photo of your coffee in the morning. What powers you to go to work? People want to know that you're not just a machine. This is very similar to the Meet the Team post because you're allowing people into your world. A sale. If you have a really big sale coming up or promotion, then definitely use your social media post to promote that. And you can promote it up to a week in advance, up to a month in advance, or even on the day. So, hey everyone, Red Oranges are now 50% off. Link in the bio to go buy them. This is a super simple caption to write. However, it's important to know that if you're doing a sale or a promotion, you really need a very strong image to go with it so that it catches people's attention and they want to participate in the sale because it looks like it's fun. A Instagram contest or giveaway. This also works on Twitter and Facebook, but it's definitely more popular on Instagram. This will help you really grow your network. So it's give a little, get a lot. So enter to win this free bag of red oranges. Comment 2 people down below. In order to win, you need to be following Red Orange Company. This then encourages people to 1, follow your company, 2, tag other people to follow your company, and 3, it gives them a taste of your product if they win. If they don't, then you still get all of those followers and you start to build your network more. But if they do win, they get to taste your product, which is great. It also allows them to know that you are willing to have a little bit more fun with your social media and you're not super stingy with your product because you trust the people that follow you and you trust your product enough to give it away for free. All right, everyone, we're going to go ahead and take another short break from the podcast, but when we come back, we will be talking about some companies you should follow if you're looking for some inspiration. We're going to talk about how to create ads and budgeting, and we are going to talk about what you should not do with your social media marketing. So definitely stay tuned for all of that, and you are listening to the GSMC Marketing Podcast, brought to you by the GSMC Podcast Network. I'm your host, Mackenzie Jaquish, and I'll be right back.
Tired of searching the vast jungle of podcasts? Now listen close and hear this out. There's a podcast network that covers just about everything that you've been searching. The Golden State Media Concepts Podcast Network is here. Nothing less than a podcast bliss with endless hours of podcast coverage. From news, sports, music, fashion, cooking, entertainment, fantasy, football, and so much more. So stop lurking around and go straight out to the Golden State Media Concepts Podcast Network. Guaranteed to fill that podcast itch. Whatever it may be. Visit us at www.gsmcpodcast.com. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter and download us on iTunes, SoundCloud, and Google Play.
Welcome back to the GSMC Marketing Podcast, brought to you by the GSMC Podcast Network. I am your host, Mackenzie Jaquish, and thank you for joining me today. Before the break, I was talking about all the things you need to do to get started on your social media marketing for your mom and pop shop or your online business. We talked about how you should create profiles for Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and I gave you some example posts that will hopefully get you started on your social media marketing. Now that we are back from our break, what I want to focus on is a little bit similar to the example post I gave you, instead of me giving you examples, because I know you can't call me up and be like, what did you mean by that behind the scenes post? Or what did you mean by doing a meet the team post? Can you give me a better example? As always, though, if you do have very specific questions for me, you can reach out for Twitter. But what I want to recommend you can do in the meantime is follow these companies online to get some inspiration for how you can use social media for your small business. Now, all of these businesses are very, very big and very well known, but a few of them, and I'll point out which ones, started out very small and mostly became successful because of their social media presence. So the first one obviously did not start out on social media, but I'm going to recommend you go follow Disney. Guys, I know this sounds so lame that I'm recommending you go follow Disney because obviously they have great marketing. They have millions and millions of dollars to throw into their marketing. It is beyond the reach of many, many companies, so it's going to seem like an impossible thing for you to be able to take inspiration from them. But that is the exact reason why you should take inspiration from Disney. They are doing everything possible in marketing. They have this huge budget, so they're able to put that stuff together. So if you're looking for the top tier of marketing, it's Disney. They are seamless. They are spot on. They know what they are doing. Disney does not let you see anything that they don't want you to see. There are absolutely no mistakes, no backlash, no, oh, sorry, we posted that, let's take it back. No redos. They know what they are doing 100% of the time. So if you're looking for inspiration, look no further than Disney. Also, following Disney will just make your Instagram account a little bit brighter and a little bit lighter and a little bit more magical. So all around, it's just a good idea. The next one is the Hollis Company. It is a news and media company. They create a lot of media content that is targeted towards inspiring women and lifting them up. And honestly, guys, this is a huge platform. It was started by regular house mom Rachel Hollis, who in her home office wrote best-selling novels, fiction books, self-help books, cooking books, and now she has this website where she creates journals for other people to write in so that they can accomplish their dreams. She has a fashion line. She does TV interviews. She does everything. This woman is who we should all aspire to be because she honestly just has everything on point. She does make mistakes. We all make mistakes. I was just watching her Instagram story and she forgot to buy her kids Christmas presents. And by the way, I'm recording this on December 24th. So there's definitely a work-life balance issue in there that she talks about quite a bit. But the reason I want you to follow the Hollis Company on social media is because they're just getting started. They've only just had their 1-year anniversary, so things are definitely new and fresh, and they're learning as they go, just like you are. So they're definitely a great company to look at, to be like, what is the Hollis Company doing right that I should be doing? Or what did the Hollis Company do that I definitely don't want to do that? I'm going to go in this other direction. So they're definitely something to follow if you're looking for sort of like an older sister to look up to. Shopao and their CEO, whose name on Instagram is the Lazy CEO, which is hilarious because this girl is anything but lazy. This is an online shopping website that was started in this girl's basement, and, we went through a lot of different renditions to get to the place that they are now. They do a lot to draw attention to who started the company and who currently runs the company. Because yes, the actual CEO of the company does a lot of work, but also so do her employees, and they definitely deserve a little bit of the spotlight too. So there's always tons of videos to watch of them having fun in the office, and just, it always looks like they're having a good time at work. So it's definitely something to watch if you want a little bit more of that organic, fun, and uplifting content that we all should be looking for in our own marketing. All right, guys, we are winding down to the end of the podcast here. So before I go, the final thing I want to talk about is what you should pay for versus what you should not pay for. If you're looking to start spending money on your social media marketing, pay for data, pay for planning. Like I said, Hootsuite and Sprout Social are both really great resources for small mom and pop companies or companies that are just starting out that'll help you plan and also look at your analytics. Definitely start paying for ads if you're looking to sell through social media, because there definitely is a large demographic out there that buy things through social media. If you're looking to really create something beautiful, say for the holidays or your first anniversary sale or any anniversary sale, then definitely look into paying for a graphic designer to come in and create some beautiful artwork for you, as they will help draw in a bigger audience and help catch the attention of your customers. Make sure you never pay for followers or views. Guys, this is a really big scam, and I'm telling you right now, you do not need to. I believe in you so much that I do not think you need to pay for this, so stay away from that at all costs. All right, everyone, that concludes our episode today for the GSMC Marketing Podcast, brought to you by the GSMC Podcast Network. I'm your host, Mackenzie Jaquish, and thank you again for joining me. I really loved doing this episode, and I hope you enjoyed listening. If you did, please leave a review down below or reach out through social media. We have Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and I would love to hear from you. So thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you next time on the GSMC Marketing Podcast.
You've been listening to the GSMC Marketing News Podcast, part of the GSMC Podcast Network. You can find this show and others like it at www.gsmcpodcast.com. Download our podcasts on SoundCloud, Stitcher, and Google Play. Just type in GSMC to any podcast app and you'll find all of the shows from the GSMC Podcast Network. From movies to music, from sports to entertainment, from business news to weird news, you'll find it all on the GSMC Podcast Network. You can also follow us on Twitter and Facebook. Thank you, and we hope you have enjoyed today's program.